Well, we wanted to be mowing hay today. They give us today and tomorrow and Friday. This is Wednesday. Supposed to be a little nicer, not raining, and some of our ground had some water standing on it yesterday when we went and looked. And we got a serious leak on this thing. I don't know. It's leaking down into the belly pan at least, but I think it's going to be something right up in here in this front end, and that's where the hydraulic valves are. We're not Bobcat mechanics. We're not mechanics at all. Do you I don't think you'd be able to get to where you could see any of that any better if you lifted the cab. Is that oil in that dirt over in that corner? Or is it water? We got some kind of water oil mixture. It keeps sloshing out of the belly pan on the thing. And it's had a leak, and I don't think we got it fixed on one of the hydraulic motors. It's way up in there. The way we got to it was by pulling this. I think we pulled the tire and wheel off and this cover right there to get to it. We use this thing in the woods to pick logs out of the woods and load them. Haven't had it very long, and I bought it on the cheap. You can see there's an oily spot coming out the back there, but that looks clean. The stuff that's coming out of it up there at the front's all milky looking. If you've seen my video where we had this on the trailer and unloaded it, you could see it really good how nasty the stuff was. So I think it's mixing with water in that belly pan, and I bet you anything it's a line coming off of the valves, because we noticed that it leaks worse and nastier whenever you're dealing with it. I hope it's not a valve problem. Well, anyway, this is probably the start of a long, painstaking project. But anyway, we've been doing some maintenance on some balers. Dee helped me get the belts on that baler right there changed yesterday. A couple of little problems fixed with it. Worked on the injector leak on that tractor. It turned out it was a O-ring. Apparently, we changed a couple of O-rings that was around the injectors and got that to where it wasn't leaking. It wasn't leaking when we messed with it anyway. We ran it quite a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna get some spraying done here. I don't think it'll happen today, but maybe tomorrow. Because already you can see well, maybe you can't, but I can. Trees are blowing around a little bit. Almost any wind is too much wind. And I'm gonna try to get Dee to go to the woods and cut us some more firewood logs. I'd hoped we'd have a bunch of them piled up by now, and we haven't. But anyway, I'll bring you back out when we get a little farther. Well, it's the next day. I'm going for the dirty old man look. I'm watching Alistair Begg this morning, or listening to him, and trying to catch my local weather forecast. I guess our weather's really difficult to forecast. But if you've seen that, they're making it clear for the next couple days. I've been sitting here writing checks, getting ready this morning. I wanted to show y'all something. I bought a pair of Ariat boots. Everybody and their dog says they're the best, and they've advertised for them. And as you can see, these are true Ariat. Bought them at Carthage Farm and Home at Monette, Race Brothers, and yeah, they are coming apart. They're not about 6 months old. Yeah, that's my finger you can see through there. But I'm hard on shoes. My shoes just don't last very long. So I'm trying to get around here. Dakota and I are going to go scout, see if we can't mow a little hay today. I don't know if one day's worth of drying is enough to do much good when it's only 70 degrees, but we had good sun yesterday, and it's supposed to be sunny today and tomorrow. And we're trying to put up high moisture hay anyway, but the baler we want to use, the tractor it's hooked on to, is not quite ready, but we're going to try it out, or the other one, I don't know, depending on if he gets that one ready or not. Scott was working on a clutch leak, trying to get it to where the hydraulic will stay on the inside. The Bobcat, what we found out about it was that it does not have a hydraulic leak. It's leaking out of the chain case somewhere, because I did not put enough hydraulic oil in it to make a difference, and it's got a hole. We do have a hydraulic leak, and it's on one of the motors, and it's got a hole back there where that all drains out, and it don't leak very much. We probably had used it for 5-6 hours and put 3 gallon in it, and the only thing that little loader does, get started and move a dozen logs and then shut off, or get started and move some and shut off. And so I'm trying to get around here, gonna go see if I can't get over there and get that ground walked on and see that it's gonna be solid enough to drive on, and take Dakota with me so I can just send him and my dad over there to mow on it while I may get some spraying done. So maybe we'll get some footage of that today and see how it works. I'll bring you back out in a little while. Hey, I come out here to check my cows, and I've got a whole bunch of these hot dog buns. We sometimes plan a cookout, and we'll buy a package or 2 or 5 of them and only need 1 or 2, and then we get to this point where we got nothing but a few buns. I'll have a cow that'll take this out of my hand. Come on. No, you want it. Oh, you dropped it. No, I'm probably not going to stand here and feed all these out one at a time, but I thought I'd see if we couldn't find a few cows that wanted one. How about you, number 2? If you don't take it, somebody else will. 10? Here comes the bull. Wonder if he'll eat one. Oh, number 11. She's always really, really curious. I think she's the one that ate one before here. Wild renegade cows of mine. Hey, bull. All these broke apart. That's pretty good stuff. Some of these, well, most of my cows here are like second calf heifers, and I got several of them that are open, which probably means they may be going to town. I'm not sure. We had a really dry summer last year when they would have been getting bred and getting bred. Kind of getting bred this morning, aren't we? Well, don't step on it, darling. Hey, girls. Probably got almost all of them up in here. And that was the purpose. I was out here to count them. They would stop walking around the back of me. Now they're going both ways around the back of me. $32. Every one of them's in here. Probably all the calves too. I don't know. I've got a few calves that are still hanging outside. They don't want to come up in here. Let's just see how we did. Yeah, there's still a few of them coming up in here. This is the way to have cows. If you're going to have cows, you ought to have it so you can catch them with a bucket. And I know not everybody's got that fortune enough to have their cows to where you can catch them with a bucket. I am. Well, we got most of the calves. I counted 15 and I've only got 18 calves. And here come 2 more. And I'm pretty sure I couldn't count them all. They get between cows and they're really hard to see. That's good. One of these last 2 that's coming in here hadn't been worked. Get them to work, get them in here and used to coming in. He's saying, milk, I want milk, mama. Where are you at, mama? Him and a red one that ain't been worked yet. There's the red one that hasn't been worked right there. Got no ear tags. I was thinking we only worked 15 or 16, and I know I've got 18. That would be the other 2 right there, wouldn't it? Oh, let's see if I can get out of here without them noticing. Could have caught every one of them right there. That's probably a key to being able to catch every one of them, is I'd feed them in there once in a while and don't shut the gate. I don't have time to work them today anyway, so oh well, we'll bring you out in a little bit. Back to this again. Have to see if I can't come up with a better name for this, like the Saw of Solitude. Yeah. I can even do this just with my bad hand, apparently. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. Do this for a couple hours till we get done with this morning. Yep. That's the saw of solitude for an hour maybe. Still here at the solitude saw. This is what we're trying to make. 1.25 by 3.5. They're pallet stringers, all just better than 8 foot long. And this one would have been wide enough to make. It made one, it's a little bit barky, but it'll be okay. It made would have made 3, except for that. And if you measured it, I bet 8 foot would come to right there. And so that means this one wouldn't make an 8 foot one. And do you know what you got when you almost got 8 foot of board? No board. Well, isn't that interesting? You know where that one's going? Instead of putting 2 more over here, it's going over here. Where instead of being worth something, it costs me to get rid of it. I have to put banding around that to haul it out, and nobody will ever buy that stuff. The chipper don't even want it. So yeah. So anybody wants to talk about how sawyers are getting rich in the sawmill business, might as well know I'm contracted to provide a product, and the product can't have holes in it like that, and you can't see that hole from the outside of the log. Yay, this is how it works. Oh, more later. You must be hitting a spot where there's a bunch of that stuff kind of windrowed up the bush hog last fall. You can tell right up there is the line that goes kind of across the middle of the field, and they got this side of it sludged and the other side they did not. So this over here is actually growing a little bit. There's spots out there where it's actually pretty thick. You can tell on there. Sorry for the shakiness whenever I put it on Zoom. It's pretty much, you gotta have it just right. Shut the old truck off. Maybe I can rest it on the truck. There comes Dad. He's 970 case. And both of them are pulling or mowing with Kuhn 800 disc mowers, 10-foot cut. Dad's using a 970 and Dakota's using a 966 International. It's crossing the end down there right now. And hopefully this get enough sunshine on it today that we can bale it high moisture tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. A little more than 20 acres here. More later. That's the sun going down. It got still this evening. Well, this morning I went over and sprayed the patch that's kind of surrounded by woods, about 10, 11, maybe 12 acres, all surrounded by woods, and had half tank spray left, so I've gotten that sprayed out this evening, and it's about 7:45. I got me another tank load mixed up here. I'm gonna go spray it out. Be really difficult for me to show you how it works when I'm spraying, but we got the tractor all serviced up and almost ready to go try to bale that hay tomorrow. And we'll see how all that goes. Be wrapping it tomorrow afternoon if we get any of it baled. So I'm gonna end it right here. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. It's all good. And we'll catch you on the next one. It's been a busy day.